Now, if we may, I'd like to start with a fairly broad question here at the 30,000-foot level, and that would be, what, from your perspective, what is the goal here? Is the goal the destruction of the Iranian nuclear program, or is the goal regime change?
Oh, the goal is very clear. The goal is to destroy the ability of Iran to produce military nuclear capability. We don't want to have Iran with a bomb, and we will do whatever is needed to prevent Iran from having this bomb. The second issue, which was important for us, is about the missiles that they are producing. They are launching, they launched more than 400, almost 450 heavy missiles into Israel. And we see the damage of each missile when it hit Tel Aviv or Haifa or Beersheba. The Iranians had a plan to produce 10,000 missiles like that, and even bigger than those. And we are determined to destroy the whole infrastructure that they have and not let them to build more missiles in the future. These are the two goals of the war, nothing more than that. Of course, on side effect of it, we had to destroy the air defense system of Iran. So we will have the ability to control the skies. So we did it. We had to minimize their ability to launch missiles into Israel. So we are killing many launchers and we are destroying many storages of missiles inside Iran. But this is only because our homeland is getting the missiles, and that is limiting our time. So these are not the goals. The goals are very clear. I must admit that the regime afterwards will be weaker, no question. But we cannot impose a regime in Iran. It's too big. The Iranians will have to make the decision whom they want to be the rulers in the future. The regime will be weaker, but we cannot make the change. The change should be done by the Iranians.
Okay. If we look at the issue of the nuclear program, the destruction of the nuclear program, in your estimation, can that be done without the involvement of the U.S.?
There is one installation that we don't know to do as good as the American. It's the Fordo installation. We don't have the mother of all bomb. We don't have the ability to carry it. It's Americans can do it with B-52 and B-2. And if we want that to be destroyed, totally destroyed, that should be done by the Americans. We can make damage to the place. We can block the entrances, for example. We can destroy the installations around it. But we cannot destroy it completely, as the Americans probably can with their capabilities. It is a very specific target. All the other parts of the war can be done without involvement of the Americans. One remark, the Americans involved very much, and we thank America for that, in our defensive efforts. There are 2 batteries of THAAD in Israel, integrated to our Arrow 2 and 3 systems, and together they are intercepting the coming missiles. I don't know, 25-30% of what was intercepted was done by American soldiers. But in the attack side of the war, we made them the whole war with American-made technology. When last time that I checked, all the airplanes which flew from Israel to Iran and back were American-made. So it's American involvement is by technology. All the munition that we are buying in America, spare parts which we are getting, probably we are sharing information. But the war itself is conducted by Israel, by Israelis, only Israelis. Americans are helping in the defensive side.
When we talk about the defenses, it appears as if the success rate of intercepts has dropped, has gone down. I've seen some reports talking from 90% to somewhere in the 65% range. What accounts for that problem?
No, the statistics is different.
Okay.
People are combining and making try to understand it based on the information that we had about Iron Dome. Iron Dome success was between 90 to 95%. We never said that would be the success of the arrow. We are speaking here about intercepting ballistic missiles. It's totally different challenge. And the launch into Israel till yesterday around 400, and the success of the interception was around 80%. And that is within our expectations. We didn't have expectation for more than 80% relating to the Iron Dome versus to the Arrow 2 and 3 versus against the ballistic missiles. Don't compare between the missiles coming from 100 kilometers to the missiles coming from 1,500 kilometers. I mean, it's much complicated, much more problematic.
No, that makes sense, absolutely. But let me ask this: the success that you've had in destroying the missile stockpiles and the ability to build more on the Iranian side, that could account for, obviously, it does account for their inability going forward to launch the large-scale barrages that I think was part of their early strategy. But on the Israeli side, is there any issue in terms of shortages of interceptors, particularly for the Arrow system?
Up till now, we don't have. We made the calculation in the past, taking into account a long war. We understood that with Iran, it's not going to be a short one, and we have kind of calculation how much should we use in every stage of the war. Up till now, we didn't go outside the calculation that we had.
Okay, and I know this is a tough question. You may not necessarily want to go into any detail on it, but when looking at the success of the strikes that you've had so far, how good is the intelligence? How good are the damage assessments, and how confident can you be in understanding both how much damage has actually been done to the nuclear program infrastructure, and also in terms of just targeting launchers, missile stockpiles, that sort of thing?
In such an event, there is a competition between the efforts to get more intelligence about more targets, new targets, and the BDA, because at the end you have limited sources and you have to allocate them. And in Israel, according to our DNA, I'm sure that we are allocating more for new targets than for the BDA. Okay, the BDA will wait. We will learn slowly what happened. And if we will have to do something else to complete something that was not good enough during the process. But if you ask me, where the intelligence is putting more efforts now is not about the BDA, it's about new targets. But we have pretty good intelligence about the BDA, because if you destroy something completely, you see it burning, and you know how many missiles were in that, you can take out all the missiles, and so forth. So we have apparently good BDA, not complete BDA. It will take time, because we prefer to put our resources in producing new targets.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment, a really positive, nice, and kind comment. That would be appreciated. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily updates.